high above the swirling blues and greens of Earth, far beyond the silver curve of the moon, nestled in the velvet expanse of the night sky, lived a small star named Twinkle. Unlike her dazzling siblings who formed mighty constellations known across generations, Twinkle felt insignificant. Her light was gentle, a soft silver whisper against the inky black. She watched, night after night, as the people below pointed excitedly at shooting stars, named comets, and told stories of Orion and the Great Bear. A deep longing grew within her luminous core, a yearning not just to shine, but to be truly seen, to be remembered long after her light might fade. The vastness of space felt suddenly very lonely without a name. Whispered in awe, Twinkle observed the Earth with focused intensity. She saw how humans remembered their loved ones, planting trees that grew tall and strong, writing songs that echoed through centuries, building monuments that scraped the sky, and sharing stories that pass from grandparent to child like precious heirlooms. She noticed the tiny flickers of candles lit in memory, the flowers placed on quiet stones, the way a familiar scent could bring tears and smiles from years gone by. How do I leave such a mark? Twinkle wondered, her light pulsing with a mixture of yearning and despair. My light is small, I have no voice to sing, no hands to build. How can something so fleeting as a star be held in a human heart? Driven by her profound desire, Twinkle tried everything she could imagine. She pulsed her light in frantic, complex patterns, hoping someone would notice the unusual Morse code against the heavens. She strained to glow brighter, pushing herself until her core ached, trying to outshine the planets nearby, only to appear as a slightly blurry speck to eyes below. She wished desperately upon the countless shooting stars that zipped past her, pleading silently for a way to connect, yet her efforts seemed futile. Telescopes scanned the heavens, but focused on distant galaxies or brilliant planets. Children made wishes on brighter stars. Astronomers cataloged known giants. Twinkle remained unseen, her unique, soft radiance lost in the grand tapestry, her fear of fading into eternal anonymity growing stronger each passing night. One exceptionally clear autumn night, an elderly astronomer named Elara sat in her secluded garden observatory. Her eyes, though dimmed by age and years of peering through lenses, still held a deep love for the quiet mysteries above. She wasn't searching for new comets that night, but simply letting her old telescope wander peacefully through familiar star fields. A comforting ritual by pure, quiet chance, the lens settled on a patch of sky often overlooked, a space between the brilliant stars everyone knew, and there, nestled like a shy pearl, was Twinkle. Elara adjusted the focus carefully. This star wasn't in her charts, its light wasn't bold, but it possessed a unique, serene steadiness, a gentle persistence that resonated deeply within her. A soft smile touched Elara's lips. Hello, little one, she whispered into the cool night air. Where have you been hiding? Night after night, Elara returned to her telescope, not to map nebulae or track asteroids, but simply to find her small, unnamed friend. She didn't tell colleagues about this insignificant speck. It felt like a private conversation. She would sit bundled in a shawl, a cup of mint tea steaming beside her, and simply watch Twinkle. She imagined the Starry-Euro-esque quiet journey, its steady glow a silent companion in the vast dark. Sometimes, when feeling particularly lonely after the passing of her own husband, Elara would talk softly to the star, sharing fragments of memories, small joys, and gentle sorrows, trusting her words were carried on the starlight. Twinkle, for the first time in her existence, felt truly seen. She poured all her warmth and steadiness into her light, a silent, grateful response beaming across the impossible distance. Years flowed like a quiet river. Elara grew very old on her final night. She sat in her favorite garden chair, wrapped in her shawl, too weak for the telescope but gazing up at the familiar patch of sky. Her granddaughter, Lily, sat beside her, holding her frail hand. See that patch there, Lily? Elara murmured, her voice a fragile thread just below the tip of the crane's wing. There's a little star there, a quiet, steady one. My special friend. Promise me, promise you'll look for it sometimes? Remember it's there. Remember me looking? Lily, tears glistening, squeezed her grandmother's hand and whispered, I promise, Grandma, I'll always look. As Elara's eyes slowly closed, Twinkle shone down with all her gentle might. A final, luminous farewell to the one who truly saw her. She felt a profound peace. She had been found. Lily kept her promise on clear nights, especially when missing her grandmother. She would step into the garden, look up, and find Twinkle. She began pointing it out to her own young son. Theo, see that little star? Sweetheart? The soft silvery one right there? That was your great-grandmother Elara's special star. She found it. And now it watches over us. Theo's eyes would widen, and he'd wave, "Hi, Grandma, Elara's star." He'd call. The story became woven into their family lore. The gentle astronomer and her quiet star Twinkle, shining steadily in her unremarkable patch of sky, felt a warmth that had nothing to do with fusion. She wasn't the brightest, nor part of a grand constellation, but she was remembered. Her light, witnessed by one kind soul, had become a bridge across generations, a tiny, eternal point of connection and love in the immense, star-filled night. She knew now that remembrance wasn't about dazzling the world, but about touching a single heart deeply enough to echo through time.